Starting to make that little diamond, knees bent, and we're just going to do that lovely pelvic tilt. So we're tilting and we're releasing. Now, as you're doing these, remember, you can pay attention to your alignment. Make sure your eyes are looking up. So if you need to pop your cushion underneath your head, then please do so to help with that comfort of your neck. Coming through to where we feel nicely controlled and balanced, zipping up through the pelvic floor, bracing the abdominals, alternating tabletop. We let one leg float to tabletop. We release down with control. We switch to the other side. So just using this to help us tune in to that stillness through the torso. So as you lift the leg, you should not be tilting and rocking at the pelvis. You should be not tensing through the neck at all. Lovely control, isolating the movement towards that hip area. And you should be thinking of pulling your abdominals together, almost like you're trying to tighten up a belt around your midsection here. If this feels comfortable, we're going to lift one leg to tabletop. Lovely strong exhale, second leg lifts to tabletop. Any back issues, you can imprint your back more into the mat here. Alternating heel drops. So we're going to drop one heel back to center, second heel back to center. So we're going to inhale through the nose as ever, exhale through the mouth. So this should be nice and controlled. If you feel that your back starts to arch away from the mat, I want you to really engage the abs more, maybe pull the knees slightly in towards the chest more. Roll through the back one way and back through the other, and let your head roll side to side. Now, those of you who found that a little bit more challenging, your option here is we're going to go back to tabletop, and we're just going to let the knee come out to the side into a knee drop back to center. Out to the side, back to center. If that's still too challenging, one foot goes back to the mat, and we come out through here. So those of you who feel that it was relatively controllable, relatively easy, we're going to do a double leg drop. So we're going to engage here, squeeze your knees together, and we're going to let both feet tap to the mat. Do not arch your back and then come back to center. So your feet might not get all the way down. If I were to pop both my feet all the way down, I'd go into this sort of hyperlordosis. I'd overarch my back. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find where I've got control. So for me, it's about here, and then I come back up. Everybody's back is a different shape. So you have to work where you've got that control. And I can't stress that enough. So this is a much more kind of advanced because you've got to tune into that control. That's why I gave you the other options. Those of you still carrying on, last couple of repetitions here, please. Good, good, good. Hug the knees in and take a little rest. Well done. Hopefully we feel a little bit more warmed up. Let's take it through into knee rolls. So palms to the sky, knees and feet together, and we're just going to let those knees roll side to side. So for a lovely release here through. So hopefully we found our center, what we call our center in Pilates. You might think it as your abs, you might think of it as your core. It's all of that connection through the torso. We're going to start to take it into single leg circles when you're ready, please. So opening the toes, opening the heels, so we've got a nice parallel positioning. Oh, we had one pussycat in shot then for you, Miss Pussycat. So we're going to start. Option one is a bent leg circle. So imagine you have a pencil coming down of the top of the knee. Engage those abdominals, and we're going to start to draw circles. We're aiming for 4 circles in one direction, and then switching that direction to 4 circles the other. So think grip through your abs, please. We should hopefully have done our 4 and be reversing those. So this is all about getting movement out of the hip joint. So it's a ball and socket joint. It should flow, but unfortunately sometimes it doesn't flow if we've got any disruption either in the bone or the muscular connection. Let's replace that leg, other side if you haven't already done so. So the pencil. Now be mindful of what's happening with your neck, guys. Keep your neck lengthened. Take care not to hunch up through your neckline, through your shoulders. We should hopefully be reversing these back the other direction. So this is a nice low load, just to get you in the groove. Find out where that precision and control is, and just check your other knee. Make sure your other knee isn't moving too much. Let's switch legs again when you're ready, please. So this time, straight leg. If we can, we're going to start to make it a little bigger of an action. Now, I know normally in class we often have a band for support. You're going to have to use your leg muscles tonight, I'm afraid. No bands to help us tonight. Let's go back the other direction. Those of you who are feeling happy, you can straighten your other leg along the mat so that both legs are straight if that feels comfortable for you today. Let's take a rest. Let's switch legs. So, of course, your hamstrings now are getting a little bit of extra stretch and release, which you may or may not be happy about. So make sure that the pelvis isn't tilting unduly. Again, if you want to, as we reverse the circles, you can straighten your lower leg. How are we doing? Good, good, good. So if I popped a glass of water on your belly, would it still be still there, or would it have fallen off? And taking a little rest. Well done. We're going to bring one leg to tabletop, second leg to tabletop, but slightly closer, so your back is imprinted now. Engage your abdominals, double leg circles, so just upping the load. We're going to take both legs and we're going to draw circles here. So this should be a controllable load. Your pelvis rocks side to side, but your shoulders are still. Let's reverse back the other direction. So for most of you in this group, this should feel absolutely comfortable and doable. If it doesn't, then you hip the knees in further to the chest. Let's take a pause. You know where I'm going with this. Let's make it harder. So now let's straighten the legs. I'm in Pilates stance, which is toes open, heels together. And we're just going to have a go at clock. So imagine you're at 12 o'clock. You're going to let the legs go down to 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, come up to 9 o'clock, stop at 12, and we reverse. So we're going round in that lovely circular action. And again, please be mindful of your abdominal load. Be mindful of your back position. If you need to bend the legs in a little to take the load off, then please do so. From here, preparing for shoulder bridge. So let's mobilize the back. Let's get it released off with a nice spine curl variation to start with. So knees, feet and hips in alignment, palms to the sky. Find that connection through your shoulders, and then we're just going to tilt the pelvis, scoop the abs, squeeze the butt as we start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. We pause here just for a moment, we scoop and we replace the spine. Again, we're thinking bone by bone, piece by piece, and we're coming back to our start position. So it's just about taking your back on that lovely journey as we start to mobilize it. So it's a segmental control we're looking for. And we often have much tighter sections in our backs, depends upon our normal pathology, but also a lot of it is habitual. How we habitually hold ourselves has that knock-on effect to things like posture and alignment. Everybody feeling okay? Hips okay? If you'd like a challenge this evening, there are 2 challenges. We'll start with the lesser challenge. Arms are going to float up above the chest, shoulders drop down, and we're going to take our circles theme and we're going to do arm circles. Now, by doing our arm circles, it's going to destabilize us. So as the arms circle round, try not to let your hips wobble side to side. Keep them rock solid, steady. Let's reverse those circles if we can. Oh, we've got another pussycat in the film tonight, in the class tonight. Good, good, good. Remember, you can rest at any point. And then let's release the back down. So I'm going to leave you with that as an option. If you're doing that, 4 circles one way, 4 the other if you can. The next challenge, the next option, we lift up and we use the leg to do the circles. So this is somewhat more challenging because it challenges your base of support. So we're thinking about the hips staying nice and square. We're doing 3 in each direction with the legs, please. But remember, you can stay with the arms if you prefer. Lovely. Now, as you're doing these circles, you've got a lot of load going into the supporting hip. So trying to keep that still, try not to let it rock side to side. Again, lovely length through the shoulders, replacing and rolling down. Team, you've got 1 more repetition, whichever you feel that you're up to. So whether that's arm circles or leg circles or neither, show me. Use that breath, controlling through. Good, good, good. Nice control. I like the way that the cat has just given in and is just lying there. That's what we all want to do, cat. Lovely. When you have finished that little sequence, if you want to hug your knees in towards your chest and take a well-earned rest and release. Brilliant work, team. So we're going to have 1 foot across the other for our 4-side stretch. We're going to start by just rocking over to the side and back to center. So remember, this is our level 1. So what feels comfortable for you today might be different to last week. So just listen to your body. If you're comfortable, you can hold on behind the thigh, draw it in a little closer and continue that rocking action. So we get a bit more of a stretch through. Lovely. Engaging the abs, releasing down over to the other side, please. So we pop that foot across. We start by rocking over towards the foot that's on the floor. And then as and when you feel happy, you can hold on behind that thigh just to increase that stretch. Hopefully we can all feel a bit of a stretch and release there.